Good morning, folks. My name is Omer Ahern Jr., and I am here giving my periodic report as your Grafton County Commissioner from District 3. District 3 comprises the towns of southeastern Grafton County. I'm one of 3 county commissioners here in Grafton County. I serve with Commissioner Wendy Piper of Enfield. She serves District 1, which is comprised of the towns of Hanover and Enfield and the city of Lebanon. And we also serve with Commissioner Linda Lauer of Bath, and she is the commissioner from District 2, which comprises the towns of western and northern Grafton County. We each serve about a population of about 33,000 people each. And Commissioner Lauer is the chairperson of the Grafton County Board of Commissioners. Commissioner Piper is the clerk of the commission, and I serve as the vice chairperson of the Grafton County Commissioners. And as county commissioners, we are responsible for the operation and the management of by statute, of the Grafton County Nursing Home, which is an which is a home for people that are in need of nursing care, usually in their older years. We do provide some rehabilitation for folks there. We have Medicaid residents, we have Medicare residents. We do have a couple of beds that are available exclusively for veterans, and then we have private pay beds. The commissioners are also responsible for the operation and management of the County Corrections Department, which is comprised of the County House of Correction, where folks who have been sentenced to jail for a year and a day or less, they would serve it at the House of Correction. We also have a county jail there. The county jail is for those folks who have been charged with a crime, who could not post bail, and it's pre-trial confinement. The jail is pre-trial confinement. This is, county government has been going on for, over 150 years. And because of how county government and the county services got started over 150 years ago, a big component of counties was having the county farm there. And we have a still active, very active county farm in Grafton County. And all of these facilities are up in North Haverhill, New Hampshire. And so the county commissioners are also responsible for the operation and the management of the county farm. And our county farm operations consist of an award-winning Holstein dairy herd. We also have pigs and chickens, and we have a pretty, in my opinion, amazing vegetable operation where we grow pumpkins and squash and lots of potatoes, and of course, a whole variety of vegetables, tomatoes, cucumbers, summer squash, zucchini, root vegetables. We have some of the best farmland, I feel, in the Twin State Valley up there at the county farm operations up there in North Haverhill. We have a 25-acre complex up there in North Haverhill that has the county courthouse. That's also where the County Department of Corrections is located. The county nursing home and the county administrative offices. We also have maintenance sheds, and this is also where the dairy barn and the hay barns are located, all in this 25-acre complex. We get our electricity right now from Woodsville Water and Light, and I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes. But we pay in excess of $700,000 a year to Woodsville Water and Light for our electricity needs. Our water for the county complex also comes from Woodsville Water and Light, and we pay a pretty penny for that service as well. The commissioners are elected from the people in their various districts every 2 years. We have a variety of departments that run the nursing home and the jail complex, and we are responsible for the management of those departments as well. We have an information technology department that provides all of the what I call the glue that keeps everything together there at the county complex. And Brent Ruggles is the information technology manager, director, and he does a great job, and he only has 2 young men that work with him, Joey and Barry. They do a tremendous job. As many of you know who are involved with social media and computers and things, it's a constantly changing landscape there, and we're very proud of the work that Brent and Barry and Joey do there at the county home and the county complex. Again, they work with the Sheriff's Department, the County Attorney's Office, the nursing home, the administration offices, just making sure the emails work properly, that we have the safeguards to make sure that information is not hacked or anything. It's just a 24-hour day, 366-day a year job that they do. We have a human resource director, and that's Karen Clough. We have an employee force at Grafton County of somewhere around 500 employees among the nursing home, the House of Correction, the farm, and the administrative offices. We also have a human services director, Nancy Bishop, and she's responsible for making sure that through the Medicaid and Medicare financing formulation process, that the care for Medicaid and Medicare residents at the nursing home are properly reimbursed to the county so that the county taxpayers aren't picking up all of those costs. Nancy is a one-person department there in the Human Services Department. She does an amazing job. She saves hundreds of thousands of dollars for the taxpayers by what she does. The correctional superintendent is Tom Elliott, Superintendent Elliott. He is a Marine, and he has a 150-bed facility there, correctional facility, and right now his inmate population is about 77 to 80 residents, of which 5 to 10 of the residents are female residents from Coos County. But we also have our own female population there. But we have a 150-bed facility, which has its own amazing kitchen facilities, and it also has its own laundry facilities there. One of the things that I've been trying to work with is to try to feed more of the produce that's raised at the Grafton County Farm into the correctional facility. The correctional facility spends on food items alone in excess of $250,000 per year. And that's a lot of money, and yet we have our fantastic farm operation there. The House of Correction does use a certain amount of the produce that's grown on the farm, the eggs and so on, but there's a lot more. There's no reason why basically the farm couldn't feed almost 100% of the food into the Department of Corrections. The nursing home does use a little bit of the vegetables that are grown on the farm, but because of regulations that have been imposed, the county nursing home can use only a certain type of vegetable and to be fed into the residents of the nursing home, unlike years ago when, again, everything was fed into the nursing home. Also, the residents were also fed off of the farm. One of the issues that we're dealing with right now is the farm manager, Donnie Kimball, 38-year employee of Grafton County, is retiring at the end of November 30th. And the commissioners have hired a new working farm manager. and her name is Lisa Napton of Piermont. She is a dairy farmer. She is also very, very knowledgeable about financial planning and doing budgets and being a public spokesman for agriculture. And so we are very pleased that Lisa was agreeable to accepting the job offer. She was one of several candidates that interviewed for the job, and we are just very pleased because of her financial agility and her dairy background that she will fit right in with our farm employees. Ben White, who is the farm herdsman, the dairy herdsman. Ben has done a fantastic job for the people of Grafton County as the herdsman over the last 8 years, and we're very pleased with the work that Ben White does. And the other farm employee is Brian Tillotson, and he's a whiz with keeping the equipment in good repair, and he drives the tractor and makes sure the crops are planted and harvested correctly. And I also want to give a little acknowledgement to our neighbor to the south of us, and that's Hatchland Dairy, Howard Hatch. Howard Hatch of North Haverhill has been a tremendous asset, a great neighbor to our farm operations up there in Grafton County. Whenever we've had a little challenge on our farm operation, Howard Hatch has been right there to lend a hand with tractors or with equipment. And so I want to thank Howard for all of his being a good neighbor to the Grafton County farm. So Lisa should be starting any day now, and we're looking forward to her financial acumen and drawing up a budget and watching how we spend our money at the Grafton County farm. One of the things that I think is very important about the Grafton County farm is the opportunities it provides to the inmates in the House of Correction to learn about farming techniques, learn how to take care of dairy animals, learn how to plant and grow and take care of crops in the field, vegetables in the field. So maybe they're going to increase their self-esteem and pick up maybe some knowledge of growing food, so that when they get back out into the community, they can maybe be a better member of the community and better able to take care of their own families. And so again, we're looking forward to Lisa Napton working with that. And we appreciate the good work that Superintendent Elliott does in cooperating with the farm and making sure that we have enough inmate help working in the dairy barn, shoveling out the stalls and things like that, and working in the fields and harvesting the potatoes and the squash and things like that, and working over at the farm stand. The next issue that we're dealing with right now is earlier this year, Senate Bill 443 was passed by the House and the Senate, New Hampshire Senate, New Hampshire House. And in early August, Governor Sununu signed Senate Bill 443 into law. And this bill was something that the commissioners had requested that Senator Bob Guida of Warren, state senator from District 2, he put this bill into, introduced it into the legislature, and he shepherded it all through the legislature over a year-and-a-half period, and it was passed. And this bill basically allows the Grafton County complex to be decoupled from a Woodsville Water and Light, so that we can go out into the open market and buy electricity from another supplier. And we believe that we can get our electricity at a much cheaper rate. We've been talking with Susan Olson of Warner, New Hampshire. She is with Freedom Energy Logistics, and she's helping us work through this process of maybe even becoming our own ISO New England, our own, Grafton County becoming its own distributor and its own little electrical enclave, so we can go right directly to the producer of the electricity. and not have to go through 2 or 3 middlemen to get our electricity. So we're working with Susan, and I want to thank Senator Bob Guida for shepherding this bill. And the way the law was before, because Woodsville Water and Light is one of 5 communities in New Hampshire that generates their own electricity, among other things, the law said that any person or any entity or any purchaser of electricity within their jurisdictional limits had to buy the electricity from them. And there was a provision in the law that said, but those municipal electric entities could allow any one of their customers to go out into the open marketplace and buy their electricity, but Woodsville Water and Light would not allow Grafton County to do so. So that's where the importance of Senate Bill 443 came in. Again, we want to thank Senator Bob Guida for his work in that regard. It's just a lot of things going on still. We're finishing up our harvest. We had a great squash crop this year. The farm stand is now closed. The House of Correction has processed a lot of vegetables, the sweet corn, and the only thing that I see that's lacking at Grafton County Farm right now is a greenhouse. That's one of the things we need to talk about, that putting that in. The cooperative extension, the UNH cooperative extension folks, Heather Bryant is the head of the UNH cooperative extension office up there in Grafton County. She has a greenhouse up there, plastic greenhouse up there, that she does her tomato trials and other vegetable trials. But the county could have its own greenhouse up there and grow tomatoes, 12 months of the year by virtue of having its own greenhouse there. So these are things that we are hoping to work toward as we go forward. But the other thing that we need is a root cellar. An old-fashioned root cellar, so that we don't have to process all of our vegetables and put it into the freezer. With a root cellar, we could keep our squash and keep our potatoes and our carrots and our rutabagas and other root crops in storage for months. And properly constructed, that root cellar could be a very great savings in terms of our food use at the nursing home. So the other big topic we're working on right now is we are in the process of hiring and interviewing candidates for the Alternative Sentencing Director. Now, alternative sentencing is part of the correctional services that the county provides. There is a part of the House of Correction that has a program called FIRM, F-I-R-R-M. You can go to the county website and look that up. But it basically, this FIRM program at the House of Correction is designed to help people that have been, that are coming into the House of Correction, help them to change their decision-making processes so that they aren't going to be using drugs or abusing alcohol, abusing drugs into the future. And but we also have an out-of-correctional facility alternative sentencing program that requires a lot of hard work from the county attorney's office and the attorneys who represent folks that have been charged with substance abuse issues under the criminal statute. And the alternative sentencing program is designed to keep people out of the House of Correction, because it's much more cost effective to keep people out of the House of Correction than it is to house them. But so if they're right for the program, it's very intensive monitoring of them by the probation and parole folks, and also by our own alternative sentencing folks, to try to help these people before they go to jail to change their lives around so that they're not going to be abusing drugs. So we're in the process of looking for a new alternative sentencing director, and there is a committee, an interview committee, and we're getting close to coming up with someone that we can recommend to the full Board of Commissioners, and the full Board of Commissioners will do the final interview for the candidates for the alternative sentencing director. But if you have any questions about any of these things, certainly go to the Grafton County, New Hampshire website. There's a lot of this information that is on record there. And so I'm going to finish up my remarks here a little bit. I do want to thank Juliet and Andrew here at the Pemmy Baker TV, PBTV, for allowing me this opportunity to come before my constituents, the people that I serve here in Grafton County, through this little program that I do almost every 2 weeks. And I really appreciate the courtesies that the PBTV folks provide to me so that I can do this. My name is Omer Ahern Jr. I am a Grafton County Commissioner, District 3. If you have any questions of me, if you're concerned about what's going on in the nursing home, what's going on in the House of Correction, what's going on in the farm, the county also, the taxpayers of Grafton County also pay in excess of $525,000 in their tax dollars to fund various social service agencies. And beginning January 1st, the budgetary process will start again, and these social service agencies will again be asking for money, which is basically coming from your pockets as the taxpayers. So, if you have any questions of me, my office number is in Wentworth, 764-6024. And I know Andrew and Juliet will get will smile a bit on this. Right now, I have so many emails in my Gmail account that I can't receive any more emails. I've got to delete another couple of thousand emails. I mean, my emails go back to 2008, and so I got to get rid of some of my emails so that I can start receiving emails at omer.ahern.jr@gmail.com. But I do have voicemail at my office number, 764-6024, or you can also always call the County Commissioner office up in Grafton County. So again, I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me. Over the last number of weeks, a lot of people said that they do listen to me in Just Omer. And in closing, I want to say, may God bless the Granite State of New Hampshire, and may God bless America. Thank you.